announced Resident Evil 9. I am so excited. Summer Games Pass just happened. I'm so excited for everything that they announced. Well, some things. Because Resident 9 was top of my list. And if you didn't see my other videos, I speculated a whole bunch of other things. I really wanted the new Alien Isolation sequel to be, you know, announced or talked about in some form or fashion, even though I knew that wasn't really gonna happen. At a certain point, when Jeff Keighley announced that he was gonna show gameplay for a game that was first announced in like 2021 Game of the Year awards, I immediately just remembered the game that I really want to see, which is Judas. The game that Ken Levine is working on, the dude who actually made BioShock back when BioShock first came out. He made BioShock 1 and Infinite. And say what you will about BioShock Infinite, but to me, it's one of my favorite games, which says a whole lot because of how much content they had to cut from it because of production issues and, you know, speeding through development. But when he said that, I really hoped it was going to be Judas or just us seeing something about that. But that didn't happen, so I was a little disappointed. But we can talk about what we did see, which was Resident Evil 9. Now I know that there's been a whole bunch of like rumors and leaks going on about Resident Evil 9, about how it was gonna, like, where is it? Yeah, about whether it was gonna be in an open world state where you're like either Jill Valentine or Leon Kennedy, and it's gonna be like on an island or something like Resident Evil 4. But in the trailer for Resident Evil Requiem, we have an actual name for it now. It looked like Raccoon City. It's just been completely destroyed, which is really, but you know, it still could be Jill Valentine and Leon Kennedy. We just haven't seen them. Maybe they're waiting for like a big reveal on them. I don't know, but it seems like it's this nameless FBI lady that might have been in the 5th and 6th ones. I haven't played Resident Evil 5 and 6. I also haven't played a whole lot of the like spin-off ones, like Resident Evil Veronica and Resident Evil 0 and things like that. I haven't played like those, but I've played like the other ones. I played 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And 7 and 8, but I haven't played 5 and 6, so I don't know if she's a character that was introduced in 5 and 6 that we should know about. But I have no idea. If you know, let me know down in the comments if you know who this character is. But based on, like, you know, the lack of cheering and stuff when she was shown on screen, I assume that she's a new character because people probably would have recognized her beforehand, right? I don't know. But anyway, definitely highlight this. Since we got Resident Evil 9, I'm counting this Summer Games Fest as a win, regardless of everything else that happened. Which, to be honest, was all right. It was a good one. Oh, freaking! I just was scrolling down. Liza P DLC is out right now. That's the second thing I hoped for, and it happened. But that was hilarious. They showed the trailer, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, you want to know where the release date is? Oh, it's out right now. Go play it. You can do that right now." And oh my gosh, I gotta go get that right after I film this video. But let's just look at some of the other things they announced. I really loved a bunch of the really artistic things that they were showing, like this game Out of Words, which is another sort of like split fiction co-op game, which I thought was really cool and felt that. Like, these are some really interesting game concepts that are really getting the limelight now, and I love that. I feel like we're really gonna be entering the age of AA games now that games are getting into $80 price lanes and things like that. It's amazing to see these types of things. And then the Game of Thrones one, I've seen a lot of like mobile games and stuff about Game of Thrones, and how we didn't get any gameplay about this makes me kind of scared that it's just gonna be another one of those, you know, mobile type games. But I mean, we can hope for the best, but my expectations are not high for that. I mean, you guys might know more than me about that. It might be something incredible that I just don't know about. But you know, let me know down in the comments. But of course, Hideo Kojima had to make his obligated return to the Game Awards because him and Jeff are just completely obsessed with each other. And Death Stranding 2 is obviously going to be, you know, incredible. Everybody knew that was going to happen. Everybody knew we were going to see that, which so it was great to see. But everything else, I thought was pretty good. Oh, Dying Light: The Beast. That was a great piece of gameplay. I don't know how well it's going to do because Dying Light 2 I thought was okay. I didn't think it played, or it didn't give me the same feeling as playing Dying Light 1. I mean, it had all the elements, but it didn't feel as fun as the first one. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just me, but I had heard that might be the case because they had to like they had to take off the director of the first game and some of the developers from that because there were like some behind the scenes issues, and then so he had to leave the company, and now so this new so I don't know if the actual gameplay of this new Dying Light is going to be good. It's still going to be good, but I just don't know. I just miss the feeling of the first one. You know what I mean? I don't know. That might be me on that one. But some of these other games are really cool and funny. Because of Split Fiction and It Takes Two, I'm so happy that we're getting more and more like co-op games like Voyagers, like the Lego thing, which I feel like is going to be like a nice cozy co-op game just to relax to. I feel like that might be really fun. And the stop motion thing, the Out of Words, I've said again, I feel like that's going to be incredible. Mixtape, I mean, it feels like another, like, sort of Life is Strange. But definitely the highlights for me were Resident Evil 9 and Liza P DLC is out right now. So overall, I think it was I think it was a successful Games Fest. It didn't over deliver, it didn't exceed my expectations, but it definitely didn't underwhelm me. It did good. I think there were definitely a few more games they could have shown, but I don't know. That might just be me asking too much of the universe. But let me know what your thoughts are of the Summer Games Fest and what you expect to see at the Game Awards now, because now Game Awards is the next one. It's the next right? Unless there's more state of plays and things like that, which there probably will be. But if you like this video, subscribe, like, comment below. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.
World feels strange, reality rearranged, outrage horrors claim